which express the immensity of the search engine, which we call Google, founded by Sergey Brin and Larry Page since September 7, 1998. And we all know that there is what we call a ranking of different websites on the internet. So if you want to know the top 1 million websites, and you must know the top 1 website on the internet, visit alexa.com/top site. Now, please visit this website. And you can know the top 1 million websites, but if you can see, only the top 500 global sites is displayed there. At the top of the screen, you can see the top 1 million, and you can download it in the form of the CSV or in the Excel. So that is the top 1 million website. And the top 1, we need the Wi-Fi connection because later on you are going to make a mini research paper using the advanced operation of the search engine, which we call Google. Okay, so the rank 1 is no other than Google.com and not Facebook. Talaga mo, adik-adik kayo sa Facebook, ay kaya ganyan. So, it is Google.com. Even though we know that Facebook is quite famous and popular among us on the cyberspace, what we call internet, the number 1 is Google. So that is the number 1 website. That's why during the survey conducted by the ComScore, we can see how the people of the United States use the different search engines like Google sites, Yahoo sites, Microsoft sites, Ask Network, and then the AOL LLC network, American Online. So based on this survey, we can see the explicit core search share in terms of percentage comparing June 10, 2010 and July 10, 2010, 1 month. So in the total explicit core search, it must be 100%. Let us compare the Google sites and the Yahoo sites because these are the 2 famous search engines on the web. In the Google site, there is a decrease of negative 0.4 because this is conducted in the total U.S. homework university location, while in the Yahoo site, there's an increase of 0.4 from 16.7%, 17.1%. But the point is, still, Google is the number 1. That's the point. Even though there's a decrease in percentage, which is negative 0.4, if we are going to look at the differences, 66.2% versus 16.7% is quite big. But still, Google is number 1. And while the Microsoft site by Bill Gates is number 3, and the Ask Network, and then the AOL or American Online. If you want to know more about search engine, you can visit the searchenginewatch.com. So it discusses the different updates on search engine. We know that internet is a very wide, huge, large, immense universe of cyberspace. So we need a guide. In order to explore the internet, we need guide. It's just like a book without table of contents, without index. We can explore a book without table of contents. Just browsing it or surfing it. It will take us more effort. But by the use of search engine, just type a specific word and you can know what you want and you can get or download what you want. So that's why I'm going to share with you secret behind the internet. how to properly use search engine. Most of you, I'm not telling all of you, most of you maybe is called by some IT expert as search zombie. When we said search zombie, during your lifetime, you just type 1 or 2 words and then you click the search button. But that's wrong. It's a big mistake if you will not use the correct operators. So I'm going to share with you the right proper use of advanced operators, specifically by Google. So Google is the most popular website on the internet because of its powerful search engine on the web. So as you have seen, Google is always ranked 1 on the internet. So if you want to know about different search shortcuts for Google, you can visit that site or link. And then for Yahoo, there are different search shortcuts which you must know. But I'm not going to discuss that search shortcut. You need it for your assignment, for your research. Copy the link. It's very important. What I'm going to share with you, as I said a while ago, is advanced operators. So it is different from search shortcut. For example, if you want to know image of certain celebrity, there is a certain specific term which you have to type and it is revealed in that site. If you are going to want to find video of a certain movie, you have to type specific keywords and that's also revealed in that link. But that's not my topic. There are 2 kinds of Google search boxes. The first is what we call basic search box. That is what we call basic search box in the Google Web Interface number 1. And then the second is what we call advanced search box. Advanced search box. That's what we call Google Web Interface number 2. If you are going to compare the 2 Google Web Interface, you will notice the big difference because in the basic search box, it contains only 1 search bar and then 1 search button. While in the advanced search box, there are different search bar and different phrases specifying your search query or search term. If you are going to ask me which of the 2 which you must use in searching, I suggest and strongly suggest you must use Google Web Interface number 1. You will know that Google Web Interface number 1 is the most useful search engine compared to Yahoo, to AOL, or let's say Alta Vista, Kioma, Casti. There are different search engines. But the most useful and the most powerful, I repeat, the most powerful is the Google search engine. You know why? Maybe you know what we call the penetration tester. Are you familiar with the term penetration testing or penetration tester? Hacker. Okay, hacking. Are you familiar with the term? So, hackers are using Google Web Interface number 1. When we said penetration testing, for example, you have a certain website and the hackers are planning to attack your website, you must have an IT expert which you are going to hire to test whether your website is strongly enough to counterattack the attack of hackers. In other words, that IT expert must first attack your website in order to test whether your website is indeed highly protected against hackers. Because if the IT expert will not first attack your website, how can you test your website if it's indeed protected or not protected? In other words, an IT expert is also a hacker. There are 3 kinds of hacker: white hat hacker, gray hat hacker, and black hat hacker. Yun dapat yung malaman. Not all hackers are bad. Yun man. Ano? I repeat, there are 3 kinds of hackers. But you must become a professional scientist and not a professional hacker So I repeat, there are three kinds of hacker. The first is white hat, puting sombrero. Ang mababait daw yun. Ako hindi ako hacker. Wala akong nagalaw. So white hat hacker, gray hat, gray. Combination of white and black. And then black hat. Okay, the black hat hackers, notorious. They are notorious. They are stealing from your banks. They can get money from ATM. Yes. They can attack a website and destroy them using brute force, backdoors, different kinds of hacking attacks. So this innocent-looking Google Web Interface number 1 is the tool used by the hacker. They use this to explore your website. Did you remember the news about the website of our government, which are being attacked by hackers? So that is one example how ignorant most of the web page designer nowadays. They do not know how to protect the website. If I'm going to protect my website, I'm going to use HTTP access, robot.txt, I'm going to use meta tags, I'm going to use different kinds of tools to protect my website. But most of the websites of our government are not protected. That's why they are vulnerable to the attack of hackers. So I'm reiterating this and emphasizing this fact because I would like to show to you the power of Google.com. That is the most powerful search engine. Just by typing a specific phrase or advanced operator, you can penetrate a website. You can even access the different surveillance camera around the world. Just by typing a specific advanced search query or search term.